The year is 1809 and the Peninsula Campaign is very much underway. France and Spain have been battling tooth and nail for supremacy over the months. Spain has only just recovered after a failed assault in the fall of 1809 to try and retake Madrid, which resulted in the disastrous Battle of Ocana. The General Del Parc decided to retreat with his army of the left to avoid facing a similar defeat. And at the battle here at Alba de Tormes, he does in fact face defeat and destruction in history. But will history be changed here today as we recreate the Battle of Alba de Tormes in NTW3 with another NTW3 historical battle? And yes, we do have a nice 4v4 here set up. We do have 3 Ney corps, followed by also a Kellerman corps here as well. Kellerman was the commander of the French forces at this one. Le Marchand, well, not Le Marchand, like General Marchand, sorry, not Le Marchand. Le Marchand is in fact a British general, but General Marchand was in command of the 6th Corps as Ney was away. I think he was either ill or was just called to other duties. So he's in charge of the 6th Corps. So that's why we have Ney's Corps here, even though yeah, so I think most of the Ney armies, 2 of them do have combat gens, 1 of them actually does have Ney. And then on the other side we do have, I believe, 4 Del Parc armies, and yeah, 3 of them have combat gens and 1 has a general. He's on the far side of the river. How this battle is pretty unique is that 2 of the Spanish armies are on one side of the river. There's 1 here with the combat gen, and there's 1, as we just saw, dueling with a Ney corps. They are not allowed to recross this river. They have to stay on one side of the river, and the other Spanish armies are on the other side of the river, and they cannot cross for, I think it was 15 minutes into the battle, basically. So yeah, so the idea is it's supposed to replicate Del Parc's big mistake, which is how this battle sort of comes about, which is that he splits his army he basically camps his army over 2 sides of a river, and yeah, he basically believes that he's safe from any sort of French attack. He believes that the French are miles away, but Kellerman has been on his tail. He's been chasing down the army of the left, as it was called, the left pincer that was supposed to attack Madrid, while, like I said, the right pincer was defeated at Ocana. So the left pincer retreats. Kellerman decides he wants to try and get some glory and defeat the left pincer, and yeah, this is that battle that basically in history does defeat it. But will that be the case here today? Like I said, we'll find out. If you do enjoy seeing these NTW3 battles and want to see more historical ones, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment to show your support. It really does help out the channel. If you ever want to get involved in any as well, do feel free to join. The best way to do so is to join our Discord. The link is down below in the description. And yeah, we usually do like one of these scenarios every sort of week, along with some custom games as well. There's some sapper mines here. They look like they're setting up some stakes to protect. Don't know why they're doing this sort of weird, like, maybe aiming is what they do when they put a stake down instead of the animation. I don't know. It's a strange one, that is for sure. But yeah, so they are setting up some sapper miners. It looks like they're setting up some stakes there, I guess, to guard against this Dragoon over here of the Spanish. So yeah, the French are actually have less points than the Spanish. I think they have, well, we can easily work it out. So you have 3 8s, which is going to come to 24, and then you have a 5-pointer. So that's going to bring it to 29. So, and I think Del Parc's are all 8s, so that's 32. So it's yeah, 29 against 32. And Kellerman's army is pretty cav heavy, to be honest. There's a lot of cavalry in it, lots of chasseurs and dragoons. Yeah, there's not a lot when it comes to infantry. There is some infantry, but not a lot. I actually did bring, I was playing as Kellerman and did bring the Irish Legion. We have the Irish boys here, representing it in their very garish looking colours of yellow and green. An interesting duo, but yeah, they are here today. But yeah, not a great options when it comes to sort of like of infantry. But the objective is pretty much to wipe out the Spanish army, to basically destroy the army of the left. and to pretty much take this town here. This is kind of like the town of Alba de Tormes, I think is like, well, the town that's near the crossing. So yeah, so this kind of the objective is to kind of just, yeah, get across the river, which the Spanish will be defending pretty heavily, and to get into this town and pretty much just destroy the Spanish. There's no LOC really sort of like options for this one. It was just kind of like a just wipe out each other. But yeah, it's a really close battle as this one, so definitely worth getting yourself some snacks, get yourself some drinks, and preparing for a Napoleonic smashdown with two great rivals facing off against each other. You guys look very much like the Spanish have a very multicolored army, and yeah, they are getting stuck in. The Spanish kind of got themselves on the better half of the hill, I'd say, at the moment. They got their artillery set up here now. Looks like they are shooting the line infantry instead of shooting the artillery behind 8-pounders. Yeah, it seems like the French are trying to get onto the hill. Certainly seems like the Spanish have the better positioning at the moment, and certainly have the more infantry as well. By the looks of it, Ney, yeah, looks definitely a lot like he's very much out infantryed, but not out caved. I was going to say I was looking for the cav unit. There's hussars in the back here for the French, and they have plenty more cav around. Seems like the Spanish player brought one cavalry unit, and that was it. He decided to go very heavily infantry. I think both these players have combat gens as well. I think the main army is actually the one in the back over there, I think, and Kellerman does have a general, but like I said, it's a 5-pointer, so how good it's going to be, we will see. Yeah, the line fight's getting stuck in here, Laguerre here, dueling, losing this fight. The Spanish, I think, do prefer a bit of a line fight to the French, and yeah, these French units are quite small, so in a line fight, you struggle. Yeah, the Laguerre doing their bit. There you go, blasting away. Yes, if you do enjoy the historical battles and you want to see more of them, I have made a playlist of these. We have like over 130, I think, at the time of this like recordings coming out of like historical battles in chronological order as well, for those of you that are a lover of things in order like that. So you can just watch as the Napoleonic Wars goes on. You can watch battles in chronological order if you want to. If you wanted to watch every single one, you can check that playlist out. And I think they also have done some of the Revolutionary War battles as well as stuff done in there, because they're kind of like a precursor to the Napoleonic Wars, and Napoleon does feature in a fair few of them himself. Yeah, you can see the French, you know, might be losing that line fight to start with, but they are trying to give themselves an even advantage now with the Swiss infantry, the less Swiss going around the side. I don't know if they actually, I think they are like not necessarily Swiss infantry, but you know, from that sort of region. And then you've got an infantry unit there as well. I was going to say, and a cavalry unit, but the cavalry's coming in now. That's what I was trying to look at. You can see here silent melee going on to start with. But yeah, the cav here do look like they might be able to rout these Laguerre here. Well, I don't know. Red lining, and they fall back. The sapper and miners there form square and do shoot, and do in fact rout that cav unit there. And here we go, hussars now coming into the back lines for the French, and they are going to try and get these guns, and that is their main target here, and they should get them in a minute. Here we go, I think. No, they're red lining themselves. Pathfinding maybe issue, possibly. There we go. I think they have tried to get them, but yeah, a bit of a pathfinding issue, I think. There we go. I think we've got a few weird combat noises there. There you go. Hussars. Actually, you get routed. The guns, I think, lose a gun carriage, but in fact do survive. Still have 2 guns left. We are so by the red line as well that everything is pretty much that route is going straight off that field. That is a concern. Laguerre did all re-rally and steadied up, but taking some casualties. More importantly, though, the Spanish have lost their only cav unit here, which is a real problem. I can't remember how many minutes we are into the clock of how long the Spanish have left to hold, but it's certainly not yet time. These armies have not yet moved. You can hear silence over here. We can't hear any infantry moving, so it is a bad sign for the Spanish. Aid is not yet on the way. Del Park has not given the signal to start sending the reserves across. That means Ney is getting ready to strike. Infantry moving up. He needs to use this road really to get his boys bayonet twirling and get them into action. The Spanish have some decent melee units. They have some grenadiers. They're usually quite large units. They can usually form square as well. this Spanish player over here at least looks like he's brought at least a cavalry unit as well. See, and more artillery here. We'll see whether there is more surprises in a moment. The French have managed to get a provisional chasseur cheval here just in behind, so need to be aware of that. That could obviously just hit any of these units in the back here. It's, I guess, the aim. This building here, obviously, is not LOC, so the Spanish have actually invested in this building. We can just rip this building down if we want to. Just level it. Spanish skirmishes here as well. Most likely a bit sniping up. The taking out French officers and flag bearers and drummer boys, I guess. That'd be what I'd be going for as a skirmisher. That's what Sean being taught being sharp. Keep it up, boys. Those Frenchmen are getting quite close now. They are actually orange lining a little bit, though, so you need to be careful of that. But we'll see what happens there. It looks like the Swiss, yeah, are going to be the first to go in. That orange line, you need to be careful. Spain does have another very large, very fancy looking cav unit here. It looks like, I don't know what that could be, but that looks pretty formidable. I'm not really sure with the, I'm not very familiar with the Spanish cav. It looks very formidable, and it's going in. I can see them through the troops now. He's counting this French cavalry, French infantry here. They're probably going to rout their own skirmishers, rear charging them. Squares have been formed by some of the less Swiss, which has scared them off, and actually might allow France to continue to win this melee fight, which just seems to be the case. That's good for them. And France, I imagine, is going to use this tree line to then just fall in on the rest of the Spanish here. Yeah, here we go. The Swiss not slowing down, only winded, going on into the next siege. These routing skirmishes will affect the other line infantry, which could be a weakness, and we'll see. I think Spain here is going to get a good side shot into the side of the French. And in fact, the French just rout. So there you go. They didn't even need a side shot. The reserves are coming up though, and we got dragoons as well moving up here as well from May. May and Kellerman both able to bring a fair plethora of cavalry, it would seem, and dragoons in particular. And there should be some dragoons by the looks of it. More the Swiss going in. French infantry are in melee. I imagine pretty decent, better than they are shooting. There goes the dragoons, in they go, banging on squareable, evidently. Spain has plenty of them. And that is redlining pretty damn quickly. And that cav unit there for Spain not doing anything. If it doesn't, yeah, I was going to say, it needs to activate soon. Otherwise, the dragoons will charge it. Let's go back over to the other side. What is going on over there? Looks like Spain is kind of lost a few, it looks like he's lost a few infantry units here and a bit of a cav fight. Looks like a cavalry charge is taking place there with infantry, but it looks like they are calming down a little bit on this side. We'll go back over quickly to this far side as it looks like it's getting worse for the Spanish. Big break now taking place as France is, yeah, running on in. Dragoons are supporting this assault. Infantry. It's overwhelming. It's malicious, to be honest. Fighting with top hats, at least they're going in battle smart. There you go. The dragoons there, the 22nd E, and chase them on. I mean, even if they don't catch, as I say, that's a squareable there. But even so, they could maybe try and support this, this melee fight taking place here. Spanish infantry here. These are grenadiers. You can tell by the hats. Pretty good to tell. They probably can form square, and they might be able to stop this the rot here. I don't know, the 25th. Bourgogne dragoons that might have actually caught them outside of a square if they could form it. More dragoons going in here for the Spanish. They might break that infantry. They kind of squash them between the two cavalry units there. Poor infantry, yeah, squash between friend and foe. Here we go, more infantry going in over here for the French. This is actually Kellerman, who I was playing as, going on in. Here he goes. Bayonets twirling, boys. I got told that this wall was basically, you couldn't shoot over it, so I just used it as cover to basically bring my men forward. And then just charge in the last second, let one volley get off from the Spanish, and charge off over the volley. Fighting some very much looking like British troops there. Here comes the reserve unit. I had a unit sneaking in the back, some chasseur cheval there, getting a rear charge in a moment. They are provisional, so it doesn't matter if you get a rear charge. They'll hack and slash like any good cav unit. Routing some very, very good, well, some Spanish units. They're very, very good that they did it. They might be able to get this unit as well, get rid of them. I don't think I lost any units really on that charge. Actually, funnily enough, I think my best units for meleeing were in fact the Irish Legion. They're light infantry, but I actually think they had some of my better melee stats, which is quite incredible. There you go, the Chasseurs de Cheval helping to mop up that last unit there. And yeah, I'm not really slowing down really. I'm probably a little bit over-energetic there going in against Grenadiers. There are plenty of, yeah, there's one here, there's another Grenadier here, I think. No, this isn't Grenadier. There's some very good-looking units here. I don't know what they are for the Spanish, but they look pretty decent. There's a solid line of infantry here. You can see that the French have managed to defeat these forces here, and they are now actually rushing towards the bridge, because the Spanish, as you can see, are coming. They have been activated. Del Parque has seen the errors of his ways, and it's now starting to try and get troops across the river to aid his two isolated armies here. So the point balance is now going to be going maybe more in favor of Spain. Spain was getting 4v2 for a moment, but is now up to a 4v4, and they're doing okay. They have taken some losses, but they've got a lot of troops still in the field. These two armies that have been isolated are still alive and kicking. But now the French are getting some good charges up here though. Grenadiers routed, whether they could form square I'm not sure, but they are routing more troops here. And the Dragoons are going up the line, and this actually could be the death of this army here. We might be about to witness it. More Hussars coming in here. They are cutting these guys down like corn. They really are. My God, look at this! Ridiculous. The Spanish just cannot hold. I evidently went for a lot of militia-type troops with this Del Parque player. He has actually been able to stop the same thing happening on this flank here. And Les Blancs have been stopped by, it looks like a typical regular infantry unit there. He has still got a lot of Grenadiers here though. Look at the amount of Grenadiers he brought out. And a fair few of those can form square. They're big squares when they form them up. There you go, the Hussars have been stopped in their track. And it looks like my more Dragoons coming in though. And they all smash into that line there. You see another Les Blancs there coming in. It's doing a good job, but yeah, it's still plenty up. I think, yeah, the other Ney army actually came over here to help destroy this Spanish army. So they've done okay. You can see, yeah, Ney is on his way. Actually, I think that's Ney is clearly not in that army. I think Ney must be. I don't know where he is. Have been routed, sir. I don't know where he's got to actually. He might be with this army actually. Kellerman's there. Can't see Ney right at the moment. The Spanish still hold this building, by the way, and the French have been pushed back in a fair few spots, as you can see. But the Irish Legion, they're coming forward. They've helped out a bit here. I'm not really sure. Can't see them. Oh, there they are. They have been stuck into the melee by the looks of it. They helped around some of these guys. This is mostly Kellerman's corps here. It's a bit of Ney as well. But yeah, Kellerman really shifting towards retaking that house. And yeah, we just need to keep moving forward. Basically, get towards these bridges and stop them. Oh, there's Ney.
A unit has grown weary, sir.
A lion. But yes, around about this point here, at some point, this one of the Ney players over here does crash. I can't remember if it's now. They pretty much mopped up the Spanish army. They need to make sure they stay gone by just running them down. These units are massive and will return if given the chance. But you can see they pretty much wiped the floor with the Spanish army. But yeah, in a moment, one of these players does drop. So unfortunately, we then go to a 3v. It's pretty much a 3v2, 3v3 potentially, with all the Spanish troops returning. And these Spanish troops are healthy. You got to remember the French units are small at best, and also now seeing a lot of action. These guys are fresh, big units, and they're going to defend their side of the river. They don't have to necessarily come across if they don't want to. The Spanish might want to though to try and link up, and try and link up with the remaining forces in their area. The Spanish, but yeah, the French now have got access to this rivers. This bridge here, I don't think you can actually come across. It's just aesthetic. Is this bridge here that the French are already defending with the 50th line here. They're just shooting some retreating men, but yeah, they are the ones that that's the bridge you can actually cross. Building has actually been captured, so there you go. Finally, got captured here. Kellerman doing his bit, and we're actually seeing another unit here get melee. Looks like it's the Doges and the Legion of Ireland going in. And yeah, you need to be careful, as we say. Don't want to send any more units in there. Technically, it's blobbing if they did that. But there you go, they did their bit. The Legion of Ireland down to 27 men left, and a general has been killed. The general. Oh, that actually was the general there. Wow, this unit here they just got killed off by the Legion Violence in this, the Doge is here. In fact, the general. There you go, Spain now without one general, but I think that pretty much this army that was positioned here between this house and the bridge was pretty much destroyed in that assault there by Ney and Kellerman. They did a pretty good job. They did a very, very good job. But yeah, it's kind of similar to what happened in history. Kellerman saw an opportunity, didn't wait for the infantry, but we kind of did a little bit. But in history, yeah, Kellerman didn't wait for the infantry, just charged them with cavalry and managed to rout a lot of the disorganized Spanish. We couldn't obviously really simulate the Spanish being in like a camp, sort of being intense. They kind of were ready and prepared for us. So I guess in a way, with the infantry support, we, you know, kind of evened the odds since they were ready and prepared for us. The 15th Dragoons here, healthy unit. They're just, you know, making sure these guys stay gone. They're all, a lot of them are going to probably run over the river, over the red line. Sorry. Looks like it is just some skirms and some infantry that are returning over in this corner at the moment. I think they were hunting around looking for other units. Yeah, there are some still you can see here. Some, oh my gosh, yeah, there's plenty of grenadiers that have actually managed to escape the clutches of France. Whether they are going to be got, I don't know. I think at this point, yeah, the French player had in fact desynced because he's charging with sapper miners. Not a great use of them because there's 39 guys going up against several hundred grenadiers. That is not going to work out. But yeah, it's just to give you a bit of context as to probably why this battle is so close, because it goes to becoming a 3v3. After the French done so well, one of their armies does desync, which is making the challenge a lot more difficult. You can see here, Voltigeurs, the line ready. They're just going to duel with the Spanish here. The Spanish do seem quite keen to get across. I think because the Grenadiers, as we just saw there a few moments ago, are still alive. There's still a lot of Grenadiers. They don't want to leave that big Grenadier fortress on its own to basically just die. Because the French could just, in fairness, bottle up these choke points and then go and hunt down those Spanish themselves if they wanted to. The Spanish have also got cav across. They've got, it looks like, multiple Dragoon units here across the river. So they are ready to operate on this side and be a pest. Maybe just get them in behind the French so the French have to look both ways. Get sandwiched in. Would be a decent strategy. We'll see whether infantry joins in a moment to see whether the Spanish are going to fully commit to a crossing. If they do, the French might be able to get some more joy. We'll see, but can't allow the Spanish to set up again. I don't think the French can deal with another sort of like line fight like that, like they just had there. They can't really deal with another sort of charge. A lot of their units, like I said, spend using a lot of action, and these armies seem bigger than the last ones, to be honest. And one of them does have a general, so morale is actually going to be decent. Del Park is back here waiting. What do we got here? Sort of cross. Looks like some okay militia. They kind of look like they've got light dragoon helmets on. And to be honest, also their jackets kind of look cavalry-like. Whether they are dismounted dragoons of some sort, they're like just been turned into an infantry unit. I don't know, but they do look very cavalry-like, to be honest. But they look like they were about to cross. Looks like a lot of regular infantry here. You can see with the Spanish. This is like the typical look. The Spanish, just like the Spanish infantry. There you go. Already getting underway. Dueling with a combat gen here. 25th Laguerre, Champagne. He's waiting. There is Cav just waiting here for the Spanish. They've got it across, but aren't doing anything with it at the moment. And what has gone on over here? Have they actually got rid of the Grenadiers? I don't know. No, the Grenadiers have still managed to escape the clutches of the French. They're over here. They're going into the build. They look like they're going into this 4-point over here. They're going to invest in there. Looks like with a infantry. I probably imagine this one is not a Grenadier. And probably can't form square. Yeah, they are over here, so they are just occupying 4 points. Like I said, LOC is not the objective of this one. It is just fully wiping out each other out. So, and if the French can get across the river, that's technically, I'd say, a success for them. But we'll see. The French are now setting up artillery as well. It seems like something the Spanish haven't brought, or just, I don't know, or just haven't got at the moment. What's this? Oh, it's routing Spanish artillery. Yeah, it looks like the French here, they've got some 4-pounders, some 8-pounders. Set them up this side of the river, they can start pounding. There's a lot of Spanish troops here that are waiting. You can see that the Voltigeurs here as well. They're actually doing decent damage to the line infantry here. So they're doing okay, they're not doing too shabby. I think the French are just trying to reorganize a little bit, rest up some of their troops. Certainly the Cav could do with resting up. A lot of it's been running around, dashing about, running down units, and also just actually, well, killing units as well. A lot of it has to be committed. We've got Kellerman's 30 dragoons here. They bring quite a few combat jets. They're just cheaper, and also you get better stats with them. Yeah, my lady Chasseur Cheval here. Waver, just the sheer size. I mean, I don't know, they were orange lining just then. Orange lining because there's men going through them, maybe? They're very tired as well, which I think is more the concern. It looks like we're about to see a volley get shot off here. Some 25th Ligier. There we go, nice little shots. I mean, the Spanish are right by the red line there. They have nowhere to go. They can either charge Ligier, which can't form square, or they actually can cross that river there if they want to. They can cross there and just get back across if they wanted to. Let's see whether they will. Here comes the Cav. Looks like it's going to go for the Ligier. What about volley at the last second there from the French? Actually might rout that Cav unit. Nope, it did not. The Ligier, in fact, is going to go routed. And that is a shame because that's a very good Ligier unit and was a healthy unit. I think it was a full strength unit. You can see now the Les Blancs are now arriving. And they're going to have to deal with that Spanish Cav. Lots of Cav now being activated by the French, going back to deal with that lone Spanish Dragoon. Doesn't really have much places it can go. And there we go, the Les Blancs going in, and that should deal with the Spanish Cav. I think the Les Blancs as well is the best Dragoon unit available. Certainly was for Kellerman. I imagine it would be the same for Ney as well, I'd imagine. I think actually, well, I don't know if Kellerman could bring it, but yeah, certainly it was, I think it's the most expensive for Ney. In goes more Cav here. This is going in. Managed to find another unsquareable by the looks of it. I don't know. Maybe they were able to form a square. They seem like they stabilized quite nicely, or not. There you go. They actually did rout. They couldn't obviously form a square. That's good to see. And there you go. The Bourgogne did rout. They need infantry support. Really, you can see all these charges going on. From the French, and they're failing because they are hitting squares. They can get out of there. Yeah, a lot of these actually could square. That was the only one that couldn't square. And yeah, they blasted that Dragoon there. We came in with over 50 riders, leaving with less than 40 by the looks of it. See there, yeah, the Les Blancs getting out of there. Still lots of Cav available for the French, but they need to use it wisely. Just let the Spanish out a little bit. These guys are square, I'm not sure. In a nice bright blue uniform. Like I said earlier, very colourful armours in the Spanish army. Might be better to try and get some columns of infantry. It's our bayonet twirler. These guys might be going in first. The 59th. Look like they might be going in for a bayonet. Looks like, oh, Dragoons went across there. I think this might have been the AI Dragoons. They're just kind of charging mindlessly. Against squares there and didn't actually pull out, so I think that might have been them. But yeah, here we go, the 59th E going in alone. They need backup, that's for sure. One line here will not break the entire Spanish army, and it's already redlining. We're going to need some reinforcement columns and some Cav maybe here. You know, since they've got them in melee now. Here comes the Cav. We have Jacques Millet going in. These guys form square. Get out of there, boys. And the Bourbons use a pretty solid unit as well. They actually might get routed. There you go, the infantry there routed for the French. But we have some more arriving. Not the greatest of charges. A bit disorganized, that's for sure, from the French. That's routed as well. And you can see, yeah, look, all those units there, all the 59th just routed. There's Blancs going in though. They might be able to rout the Spaniards because they definitely can't form square. They're stuck. Yeah, there you go, one routed. Can they get any more? A lot of these guys could form square. They might get that one that's redlining. There you go, they got that one as well. Very nice. Now they need to get out. That's how square is that most left unit there. Don't know why the French Cav doesn't just go across, push here. I mean, whether they think there's infantry waiting. There's 1 against 3 in the cavalry stakes. That is probably good for them. Line infantry now arriving. Here we go. More going in. Ney going in. With the La Suisse. In they go. Here comes. I think this is a lot more AI stuff because it's just running. It's just running mindlessly. I don't know about that one. That's well, it might be. It might be AI as well. But yeah, the Dragoons I think is trying to go in. I think I'm about to see a bit of severe blobbing, which obviously we don't really accept, don't agree with. But I think it's just because it's AI that just goes in and blobs up in that choke point. This one here though, this is fairly okay. This is like 3 units of French against 3 units of Spanish. Yeah, it's a fair ratio. Cav there running them down. And can they now get in amongst the Spanish reserves, which I imagine these guys can't form squares, which is why they weren't sent across first. The Dragoons are coming in dribs and drabs, so they're not really getting a great impactful charge. There goes the AI spam. And it's only 4 or 5 French units against 3 Spanish. Not actually bad. 1 more and it would be the ratio allowed. I mean, in Peeps, it's usually a 2-to-1 ratio. And Peeps like people are probably quite often. But there's some severe spinning going on by the Spanish. I mean, the Spanish are just shooting the back of their own men here, which is not helping the scenario at all either. These guys haven't outrouted everything. Shoot them, I guess. Order 227 on that. No step back. The Spanish, yeah, Grenadiers I think are about to maybe go in. They're going to just maybe allow the Spanish to retreat first, and then they're going to counter-charge. France has now got a cross. It's now speed and efficiency from the French. They cannot allow the Spanish to reset. See here, Jacques Millet battling with some Spanish like Cav. And looks like the Spanish like Cav has been routed. Very nice. See here, yeah, France is just severe blobbing going on. I think this might be all AI, which it's being this the case. You can see when it all routes. It's sad to see. Spanish are also losing a lot of troops themselves. Kellerman here with a little chasseur cheval. Getting in amongst some more grenadiers. These guys from the square. They did their bit. Looks like we've got more Spanish cav now arriving on the scene. Looks like more light cav. They're going on in. Looks like they're going to go beelining straight for the chasseurs here. Get rid of those. And then they're going to clash now with the Dragoons here of Ney. And there you go. That should be an easy one there for the French cav. There you go. Got rid of them. And that's pretty much the Spanish on this crossing dealt with. Still sort of in the balance here. These Grenadiers are really causing a few issues for the AI, it seems. I don't know how much of it is still AI. There might be some players in it now, but it's still looking very messy. I think it is just AI in here. I don't think we sent anything across. There's so many routing French troops. It's causing morale issues. There you go. The Spanish have lost a fair few of the regular infantry there. Grenadiers are getting smashed on both sides now. Maybe they couldn't form square these ones, but yeah, they are getting eaten up, and there you go, big innings. We need to make sure these guys stay going as well. Just farm them as much as possible. Earn those chevrons, boys. There you go, really well done there by Ney, Kellerman and Baird involved. I mean, I think it was multiple Ney players. The AI was one of them. It was definitely at least one other player. And Keller, I was here a little bit with Cav. My infantry is now shifting there because it's not needed anywhere else. I mean, you can see we have this under wraps. The Spanish aren't pushing over here either. Here's artillery. They are not sending that in. Or across the river. I thought maybe we'd go for a little dash across to go and get it, but we did not. And yeah, it looks like now the French can cross this one, and they're going to have no resistance here. The Spanish are retreating. They're going to give up fighting for the crossings, which in a sense, that the French are across this river is a big victory in itself. The river in question that I think they have to cross is, I can't remember the name of it. It's not the Douro, I think, is it? Oh, and it's the Tormes River, of course. It is. That's why you have the name Alba de Tormes. They're trying to cross that river. Farming these guys down a little bit, which is a bit, you know, I mean, but at the same time, we were like, we have so little left. And you can see the Spanish are now pressuring. I think this is AI units here. Some of the might be some of the re-rallied units that they had. The Spanish are now pincering in from this side. It's got infantry here, grenadiers here as well. They're coming in. We don't have enough. We're gonna have to invite them to try and melee their way across the crossings. That was the plan. We also have dragoons. Looks like they're trying to sniff around, trying to find out whether these guys can form square. If not, we'll just charge them with the calves like we've done so many times already before. The French dragoons have done a very good job here today. That is. Keep pushing forward, boys, for the Emperor. The Emperor demands that Spain be in his possession. And my God, will we do our best to make sure it is. Cav here just stuck in melee. There's Blancs needs to get out of melee. It's not want to stay here like that. Because of the line infantry now getting stuck into the French. They're dealing with the square. The Cav needs to get out of that square fight. It looks like the Spanish are re-rallying, as you can see here. I don't know whether this is all like routes of course, this is reserves, but there's a lot of troops that come forward. They're big units. I mean, this is the problem with the Spanish. They're so massive. But they rout once, they rout again. They might rout a third time before they stay actually shattered and gone. We'll see. The French, obviously, you can see here, these units are battling the Swiss, been through multiple battles at this point. Some of these units have seen multiple action. That one's healthy. The 6th Leger here. Actually, a couple of these Leger units are very healthy. They might get a side charge here in a moment. If they're quick and act quick, the 6th line here could just run down the line of the Spanish and just mop these guys up. All they've got to do is keep them in place. There's a bit of a mistake, yeah, certainly been made. And here we go to Les Blancs coming from the other side. Squares are being formed at the last second. There you go, that might get that Cav. Yeah, you can see the Spanish having to now turn. Whether the French can make some moves there, I don't know. Oh no, they cannot, because the Spanish Cav is coming in. That is smashing into a very healthy, like I said, 6th Leger. They might get the other one here. The Dragoons are still going in. They are going to try and hit what they can, but yeah, they're going to sacrifice a lot of infantry here. Are the French get the Spanish infantry. And there you go. Spanish Cav, I think it's a heavy Cav, but I'm not sure. Doing a great job there, mopping up multiple French units there. Will be staying off the battlefield. Like I said, the 6th Leger were healthy, full strength. Looks like the Cav and infantry together have managed to do some damage here. We have a saps and miners getting stuck in. Instead of mining in siege, they're here taking the skulls of Spanish infantry. It looks like, yeah, it looks like some. Oh no, I was going to say it's Cav here. The French has not quite arrived. There it goes, it arrives now. 250E, a combat gen there. He's trying to stabilize the situation. But yeah, a lot of French infantry here around those. Yeah, about 4 infantry that were routed by this Cav unit. It's done a very good job, actually, in dealing with the French push there. Might actually have just scupped in chance of France winning this one. We'll see. Still very much, like I said, up in the air who is going to win this one. It's very, very close. And it looks like we're going to see artillery getting shifted across. Looks like, I mean, the 8-pounder is still here. The 4-pounder looks like that's on the move. I think at this point as well, I think I'm pretty much out of infantry. I can't really remember my my infantry. Oh no, I sent my infantry back to try and deal with the rear guard, and yeah, I wasn't doing so well. My Legion of Ireland And like my Ladoge, this is kind of all I got left here. This is actually decent. These guys are being spent. Legion of Ireland still with their garish uniforms. Should really be pretty blood splattered now, but they're not. And yeah, you can see this is AI. I think this Cav unit actually might be a player, but yeah, these are AI infantry units. They're just slowing down. And I've got my Cav here as well. Another Dragoon unit, very healthy one actually. 40 out of 51. That's going to be very useful as the game goes on. Yeah, as you can see, they have finally dealt with that Spanish Cav, got rid of it, took 2 Dragoons by the looks of it, get rid of it. It's finally been sent packing. It looks like some Spanish infantry's going with it. Lots of red and orange lining Spanish infantry here. Looks like a lot of it is re-rallying. This is the stuff we farmed quite a bit of. We didn't farm enough because it's all back now. And it's going to take a bit of a miracle to now try and route the rest of this. There's not, I mean, you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. Well, that's what Voltigeurs. It's not even really, it doesn't really count. There's 2 Cav units here. They're very good. One of these infantry is also a combat gen as well. So yeah, it's risky sending him in. There's Spanish. I mean, they'll also be in a bad standards as well. They've probably got pretty banged up units. I wonder how big this Grenadier unit was originally. Hopefully, will break pretty easily. There you go. You can see the French going in. This seems on this sort of left line. They still seem quite healthy here. And there you go in it. Fighting in the shade, you can see it's cool. Let's all routing these guys pretty easily. Routed a couple of Spanish machines here. Guns here firing. They might, actually I was going to say they might have done some damage to the French, but I can't see them sort of damage to morale. There you go, more infantry being committed by the Spanish. These British looking units going in. The guns look like they're about to get abandoned in a moment as well here. Well, actually, I think this one's, yeah, I think they're trying to pull some back. They're actually nice to catch this artillery piece. Probably going to route that. The French seem like they're holding their ground for now. Other artillery pieces being stormed here. They're being routed. And yeah, I think unfortunately, I think I sent my gun across. Yeah, I sent my gun across here thinking, oh, the Spanish were committed. They hadn't quite committed entirely across. Which my gun got wiped out. I thought the French here were going to push in across the whole front, but they didn't. They chose a concentrated point, which is probably the best. And they have smashed their way through. You can see the Spanish gone. Very big win there for the Spanish. And it looks like the Spanish again here as well, also getting mopped up. No losses at all for the French. They lost some, well, I mean, they still got their Cav alive. Yeah, it looks like the Spanish there. Been pretty bloodied up. There's still a lot of them. Look at this. There's 3 French infantry units take on all of this, and then the Cav. It's be hard. The Grenadiers haven't really done anything. The AI has really done us a favor and has actually just slowed these guys down. These Grenadiers are still yet to come across. I'm actually finally getting my like combat gen across as well, so that's great to see. He's actually going to be able to be used. He's a healthy Dragoon we're going to need to use to send in and maybe try and remaster out a lot of these Spanish units. I imagine they can't form square. If the units are routed once, more than likely they were routed because of Cav. French still fighting in the town over here. Here go the French. I didn't realize they were sneaking through these little alleyways. And that got them routed. Maybe they shouldn't have charged between alleyways. But oh well. Worth a try. Worth a try. But yeah, not much left from like the Kellerman to offer at this point. It is now just down to the ney cores. Try and get something done. This is the real problem though. Its left flank is now looking, well, left for the Spanish, right for the French. Looking real bad. Looking really bad. They can do some work. They've still got some life in them. And the French actually, as I say, have been pushed back, but not entirely. The Isle de France. They got routed as well. That Spanish unit taking out 2 French units there in melee. So now the French coming forward, instead of saying individual French units, they're going to send in the lot, which is probably how they should really do this. And here you go, look at this. My Dragoon now going on in. I did in fact charge for... I was getting shouted at, told not to go for this infantry unit here. But I went in for it anyway because at least gave me a way out. I was actually really wanting to go for the general. That was never going to be offered. Building being captured. There you go, the Dragoons from that fight there. Now they need to rear charge these guys over here. This is what I was being shouted at, told to go for these guys here. We take them out, then we win this flank really. Which is probably the case, and I'm bringing over my limited infantry. The Irish boys still in there. Trying to avoid squarables. There goes the charge from the Dragoons, and now the rear charge as well going in. Whether it was a little late, probably was. And the other Dragoon might have actually dealt with the job, but it's always good to make sure. And there you go, my Dragoon still not pretty battered up, but still doing pretty well. And there you go, Matt going in. Might see this general here get killed though. Might not be all golden for the French. Yeah, look, yeah, they're getting routed. She might be the death of that general. Still did a good amount of damage though. The Spanish there, yeah, getting really banged up. Here go the Irish Legion into the back. Yeah, there you go, sandwich between cavalry and infantry. That grenadier has been removed. Now the French need to withdraw, but they have lost that combat gen now. Ney, so yeah, that's a problem. Kellerman, I think, is still alive. He's still there, and Ney is somewhere as well. Dotted around, he's over here actually. He's just helping to, his army's helping to mop up the site. It's actually got the full force now to deal with this this threat. See Wolfgang across as well, making sure these guys stay gone, I'm guessing. Yeah, there you go. It's now kind of just down to this force here for the Spanish and their grenadiers. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's scattered units everywhere, I think. The Spanish have a unit way over here as well. I think they are trying to capture LOCs, but we were like saying LOCs was not the objective. It was just fully wipe each other out. Just because that's like the idea was that the French were trying to wipe out the Spanish basically this. Yes, try and wipe out this entire army basically on the side. That was their objective, to make sure he couldn't ever return to the field. And I guess for the Spanish it would be the same. They've got to hold their crossings, I guess would be their objective. They can push back the Spanish, push back the French across the crossings, and that's the victory for them. I think at this point, the only one with artillery as well is the French. So that's going to be very useful for just putting pressure on these choke points. To see whether they can do any more of that. Skirmishes, though, is still very useful for the Spanish. They can be a harassment and, you know, be a threat for cavalry. The Spanish, they are slowly just pushing forward. I think I'm just going to fast forward a little bit here because I don't think anything major is happening at this point. I think we're just watching the French retreat as they try and regroup. The French are trying to regather up this force, while this one also is, well, they're trying to retreat this force here, the Kellerman and Ney force. And this other Ney force here is now flanking around and trying to deal with that. And that's a general dead. I think that's, yeah, the AI general dying there. That's Joseph Francois. He's routing. In goes Ney's Dragoon there, trying to go for the skirmish, trying to get rid of them. Behind them is nothing. I don't know what he was going for after that. Maybe there's a general here. He's lost his marker, but he's here. So the general is just, but Del Parker's right here. I don't know why he's not got a marker anymore, but he hasn't. The Dragoons could get him if they're not paying attention, but he might be able to turn his general around now, run it out of danger. He might be okay now. Kellerman turning around, whether he fancies his chances.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Whether this Dragoon here is tired, whether it can turn around and rear charge these French, could be quite useful. I don't think they're going to get that general. He's probably going to outpace any cav. But yeah, a good charge here from Kellerman. Might be able to rout some of these Spaniards. We'll see. Or maybe not. Doesn't look like he's going to give it a go. back he goes. So then actually that commitment, I think, might have mean now that we don't get through, because there's only a one way to escape, and it's through this tiny little choke point. The Spanish are pretty close with the infantry unit here. They could probably close that gap. There's a grenadier unit there. Yeah, they'll probably close the gap with that. But the French are on the way. They're looping on around. So yeah, they are trying to encircle these Spaniards here if they can, and they have got them in a pretty good spot. These dragoons here just stay sort of patient, wait here, just kind of box the Spanish infantry in, and then we get this infantry back to the choke point. They've got a chance, but Kellerman, yeah, I mean, he probably still could have made it. One of these infantry really has to sacrifice itself. But I think we're gonna give it a go. We're gonna see what happens here. Line infantry going in. In go the Irish Legion. Both each units by around. They're pretty tired. Yeah, pretty banged up. They routed. And that's pretty much me out now at this point. I think I have literally just like on my cav unit left. I was like, can't send that in. It's a losing battle there. And that was mainly just because I committed, thinking I could maybe slow down the Spanish time for this army to arrive. But really, I should have just escaped, stood in this gap here, waited for the Spanish to basically get themselves boxed in. So they might have just escaped over this crossing here if given the chance. The French, as you can see, are trying to catch up, but they don't know they're going to be able to at the moment, which is kind of surprising because the French, you know, they're speedier than just about everyone. But yeah, as you can see here, we've got Voltigeurs harassing these grenadiers. They're just running for their lives. This player was like not listening to basically his teammates, who's like, oh yeah, you've got to carry on the fight. You can't just like go for LOCs. At this point, there's not any gain from going for LOCs. We at that point just destroyed some LOCs as well, just to make sure he actually committed. As you can see here, looks like the grenadiers are easily going to get rid of those skirms. It's a small win, I guess, for the Spaniards. Whether they might turn the guns on those grenadiers in a moment. Oh, this one actually might get routed by Voltigeurs. It's red lining, and it does. There you go. That's quite funny, actually. That's a little skirmish unit took out like a good 100-man unit of grenadiers there. Very, very frustrating for the Spanish, I can imagine. We'll see what happens here. Looks like dragoons are going to commit. Whether they're going to try and slow down the Spanish, you can see they're probably trying to escape over this crossing to avoid the French. The French have gone in with dragoons over here as well. Catching these grenadiers. Dragoon rout almost immediately. Square was formed here. That scared off the other ones. That's a lot of the cav now gone. I think I have the remaining cav unit alive here, pretty much. And yeah, here we go. Line infantry left. Just try and slow down these Spanish. I think they might catch this one. Here we go, yeah. Just about catch the square, which is good one to catch, to be honest. One less square for me to try and deal with. See what happens. I mean, yeah, look at this orange line. They're getting shot by the artillery here, potentially, and that's causing the upset. You can see the cav getting ready to mobilize. Red lining going on already. If they can manage to rout some of these units, that would be a big, big win. We'll see. In go the dragoons. Very tired, yeah, exhausted, I think. Routing on impact. He did actually get that one, though. That unit did rout just, I think, because of other units of the combat near it, maybe. I'm not sure. Nothing else seemed like a shot. Maybe the Voltigeurs. But the French should deal with these guys pretty easy. Kellerman's all I have left now. Then they'll add in. Get some stuff done. I think artillery, yeah, is shooting across the river, and that's also helping to rout these units here, which is something, I guess. Grenadiers here, battling against French infantry, and again, the Spanish losing another melee fight. Kind of been their story here today. But yeah, at this point, I am just going to fast forward. We are just kind of waiting for the Spanish to basically, not to concede, but just basically waiting for the time to go down, because a lot of the Spanish players are just running about doing LOC stuff. Well, one Spanish player is running about doing LOC stuff. So yeah, hopefully we get a result soon. I might just make a quick cut so you guys don't have just to see this this timer being run down, and I'll come back if any sort of action does take place. A brave stand being made by a singular Spanish unit, it looks like. It looks like they might be about to get caught here by the French on a road. I can't imagine these guys getting outdistancing the French, but like that. Maybe they will. A bit of the time has gone down, but yeah, they actually managed to rout one French unit. The 69th line there got broken. The Spanish have another unit here that's returning. This one's orange lining, just to the sheer side of the French. We'll just go back to fast forwarding. Yeah, they're going to just stand on the end of the road, get some shots off. You know, if I was the French, just don't blob up. Don't blob up. But yeah, here we go. Just fast forward a little bit more. We're going to charge. Oh, they are just blobbing up. Well, actually, they sent one unit in, the rest haven't engaged. They are redlining. Careful. Oh, they've stabilized a little bit. Well, see, that French unit there. Sorry, the Spanish unit here is actually side-shotting, and that actually might help the other unit out. We'll see what happens here. The 39th line go in. They should deal with this unit now. Should get rid of them. And French, yeah, I think they are just trying to envelop these units potentially. And that one routed. That one that charged in earlier. Surprising, actually. I thought they hadn't mopped up these 59th line infantry could go in as well. Just charge back up. Nope, don't need to. But there you go. These both broke each other in the end. That'd be quite funny. Imagine if you were in that sort of instance, like, oh, we both just ran away. Well, one of us should turn around and run the other one down. No, instead they both would rather go home to their mothers and their loved ones. There you go. That's a little skirmish the French had there. We are just still waiting for the timer to run down. The French have too little now to make an assault on this building. I don't know what's in there, but it'll be something decent, I'd imagine, that's got some melee abilities. We'll see. But yeah, at this point, we were just like, what are you doing, guys?
This building has fallen to the enemy.
A building got taken there, actually, by the Spanish. I think it was just Voltigeurs maybe in there for the French. I think just a little Voltigeur unit. But yeah, we were like, guys, like the idea is just to fight for the crossings, not to occupy buildings. So yeah, at this point, well, we were like, this is a French victory. We have done incredibly well. I mean, especially since we had a drop as well. So one of the French armies became AI, and it just threw away so many units. I think we would have won it much more decisively as well if the AI player or the player hadn't dropped. Obviously not his fault. Can't do anything about it. But yeah, it just made it a little bit harder since we were already down on points. 29-32. Not a massive difference, but a big enough difference.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
In the grand scheme of things, it's a big difference. Yeah, here we go. This tiny little unit is actually going to brave it. 30 men going into a building. There'll probably be 72 in there. No, outside actually, so it might not be a 72-man unit in there. Oh no, yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a 72-man unit in there. It's got 102 now out of 72, so perfect size whatever's in there. Yeah, instantly these guys are losing. I looked at the already orange lining. But yeah, we're just going to wait for the timer to run down. There's not much we can really do. But that is the Battle of Alba de Tormes. Was in history a French victory, and I'm going to say here was a French victory. They managed to take the crossings, annihilate the army of the left, commanded by Del Parc, so they did a very good job. Oh yeah, there's still guys outside the building here. Not a grenadier unit though. But yeah, I'd say historically, this battle has followed how it went historically. No history change at all. And there you go. The French actually didn't even get time to take the building, but it looks like they might have. But there you go. It says a draw, but I'm going to give it to the French for a victory here today. Hopefully I put up the end results so you guys can have a look at and enjoy and admire those. This is from my perspective as Kellerman. So it was a 5-pointer, so yeah, a little bit less to offer than the 8-pointers of Ney, but I just feel like I did okay. I mean, I got a Chasseur Cheval here getting 208 kills. I can't remember if that one farmed or not. It probably did a little bit. Another one here getting 169 kills, though. They did very well to my Chasseurs. My Dragoons getting 125 kills. And my Legion of Ireland getting 124 kills. The other one getting 91. Kellerman, he got 89 kills. He was running down plenty of Spaniards. He was making sure they stayed dead. And then another Dragoon getting 85 kills there. Yeah, really the Cav coming in clutch for Kellerman. As I said, is kind of a Cav core at the end of the day. I feel like anyway. But there you go, guys. That is another historical battle wrapped up there for you today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember to leave a like, subscribe if you're around here, and a comment show support. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.